Hey guys, it's Marcia and welcome back to Really Seriously For Real. I just dropped the Season 3 trailer for Outlander this week, so you know I'm out of my mind. So sit back and join me for this trailer review. Let's go. We left off last season with Claire finally able to convince her daughter Brianna that going through the stones transports you to another time. It certainly didn't hurt that Gellus drove home the point after Claire and Brianna were able to witness her disappearing into the stone. Thank you, Gellus, because I was getting just a little bit annoyed with Brianna. She was my least favorite character of last season. But now, the trailer and Season 3 ultimately is taking us back so we can see what kind of life Claire and Frank had together when she reappeared in his life with the fantastical story of time travel and a baby in her belly. So needless to say, Claire and Frank had some serious adjusting to do. We all knew it wasn't going to be easy. Put yourself in either one of their spots and think about the twisted reality they've been thrust in. And then you have to remind yourself that Claire is on the flip side of where she was in Season 1. In Season 1, the war separated her and Frank, and the show starts off with them reacquainting themselves with each other. Frank showing her the history of his family and how it may have related to the Jacobite rebellion. Then, when Claire goes through the stones, she's separated from him again, but through a cosmic, unnatural force. However, spending so much time with Jamie and then becoming his reluctant wife, they grew to love, admire, and respect each other and spent far more constructive time than Claire ever did with Frank. Even when she had the chance to go back to him, how could she? When she would be leaving Jamie, her protector, her lover. The scene was set and the nail was dug deep into their souls. So poor Frank never stood a chance. The love they had was a distant memory, and while he never moved on, Claire did. And now she's back, so little things like, "Come to daddy," it's like nails on a chalkboard to her. She must be thinking, they're playing house, but this is not your daughter. It's Jamie's. The hurt in her eyes, the realization of his misstep, and then the obvious annoyance that it would be considered a misstep is tough to watch. To know that this occurs over the stretch of 20 years, this emotional struggle between two worlds as the clock ticks away seconds, minutes, hours, years. It's heartbreaking that this child doesn't know her father, and at this point, Claire believes never will. But then to never have the fully realized idea of unified parents. Yes, wish away, Brianna, wish away. Checking in with Jamie, he walks through the gates of his family home, confident and full of joy. Certainly short-lived when it seems the ones there to greet him are armed British soldiers ready to make an arrest. Welcome home, Jamie. You're going to jail again. I mean, seriously, this guy goes to jail multiple times every season and always gets out of it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see Jamie stuck behind bars. That face needs the light of freedom, right? Preferably with Claire, but we'll get to that later. And Jenny, they're trying, I think, to make it seem like she betrayed him. I don't think that's the case, though. Betrayal, that is. We all know she loves Jamie, and as feisty a woman as she is, she still can't sass an armed regiment off her land. She has a child, a husband, a homestead, and that could very easily be taken away if she didn't comply. They probably took residence in her home until Jamie's inevitable return. Either way, whatever role Jenny played, It was not arrived at easily, and it hurt her greatly. There's a great interaction with Jamie and a soldier. I spoke to you of my wife. You said she was dead. Jamie answered, I said she was gone. There's a very definitive difference. When Claire went through the stones, she may not be there in his time, and she may not technically exist anywhere in that moment, but she will. She will live and thrive in the world without him. So Jamie hopes. We then see beautiful imagery reminiscent of flashes from the movie Gladiator, when we see Jamie dragging his hand across wildflowers. His clothes are tattered, his hands are dirtied. Could this be after he's released from jail, or perhaps after the ill-fated battle? The music continues to crescendo, invoking powerful emotions as Claire, Brianna, and Roger work like Scooby-Doo detectives trying to locate Jamie, reassuring a nervous Claire, like any good daughter would, that they can and will do it. Brianna, no doubt wanting to see the man her mother pined for all these years, driving a wedge between the parents she knew, probably wondering, is he really worth it? Is he really worth it all? So when the carriage drives up towards a palace and Jamie turns to face a beautiful woman with black hair, I sat up in my seat thinking it was Claire. But then her eyes. It's not her. Who is this imposter? How dare she? I'm reminded of the intimate scenes which Claire and Jamie revealing his back as she touches him in reassurance. No doubt, depending on the passage of time, Jamie is still a young man with needs that I suppose he must act on. And I must imagine that somewhere in those 20 years, Claire must have been intimate with Frank, though he is technically her husband after all. We'll have to wait to see who this woman is. The next scenes are a brain massage of imagery, showing a man lurking in the woods, and thanks to promotional photos released by Entertainment Weekly, we know it's Jamie. But if so, who's he watching? We also see a mash of Claire at work as a surgeon and a man who admires her. Brianna and Roger embrace in a passionate kiss. Someone yanks up a soldier, perhaps to free Jamie, or perhaps it's Murtaugh. And Jamie in the battle that was over before it began. And just when you can scarcely draw breath from the barrage of clips and beautiful music, there it is, the unexpected, the scene this non-book reader wasn't sure could possibly happen. Claire nervously fixes her hair and walks into the print shop where maybe our hero Jamie, just maybe. Oh, so much is happening, more than I ever could have hoped. October is just too far away, and I can't wait. So comment down below on what your favorite part was. And if you like this video and want to see more Outlander content, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you always know when I upload. So until next time, guys.